What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, we got a really cool one for you today. This is the G.I. Joe that started the chain reaction to what we know G.I. Joe is today in the secondary market, from the all the G.I. Joes from the 2000s, from the mid 1990s. It all started from this Joe, our 1991 Duke Hall of Fame G.I. Joe. Duke was a first in many aspects. He was the first as in regards to being the first 12-inch G.I. Joe being produced and manufactured since the late 1970s for Hasbro. He was the first Hall of Fame figure for the line because Hasbro wanted to come out with a snappy, new, snazzy type of a theme. So they added the Hall of Fame edition line. And Duke was the first to represent that line. When this guy came out, collectors lost their minds. They went crazy. We finally got a 12-inch G.I. Joe again. That was the really how everybody felt. That was the way everybody was feeling at that time. We had gotten a 12-inch G.I. Joe, and it took over 20-something years to do it. Or nearly 20, I should say. But trust me, it felt longer. It felt longer. Hasbro did a lot of debating on how this figure would look, how this figure would market. You know, they wanted to look at the demographics, the younger demographics, the collector demographic. You know, they wanted to look at all of that. They want to really see how they could really market and promote this guy. So they try to do the best of both worlds in a sense. They try to do some collectability parts. Then they try to go to the younger demographic. Electronic sonic fighter battle weapon. And we'll try that out. We'll put that to the test. Now you have to understand this I didn't actually buy this particular Duke back in 1991. It wouldn't be for a few more years before I got this guy. As you can see, he's in great shape. Say about C9. He's about C9. Museum quality. He's never been outside of his box. I love the head sculpt on him. You have to understand, this is right around Desert Storm. So this was once again, that's another first. Hasbro was well aware of what was happening in the Middle East with Desert Storm and our troops over there with the war. So his outfit uniform was designed for that particular purpose, and for that particular purpose only. You know, they could have put him in anything, but they wanted him to represent on that level. There's his dog tags. And they said, well, this is be our first 12-inch figure in a while. What figure? That was another debate. Which figure would they go with? And they felt that Duke, being the leader of G.I. Joe to some degree, basically represented and embodied everything that G.I. Joe was about. So they went with it. they went with Duke. Now you can get this guy in, this is a first version. The second version, believe it or not, we don't have him yet, but we did place an order to have the second version. It's just a different head sculpt. And if you watch our electronic battle command Duke video, that head sculpt is the second version head sculpt that will be placed on this Hall of Fame body. So this guy comes in 2 versions, but this is the original version. So that's why we're doing a video on Duke. This is the original head sculpt that came out. And once again, you had collectors going crazy at the stores. You only could buy I think there was a 2 or 3 figure limit, but as if collectors were listening to that. So the poor kids, you know, the losers in this whole situation was the younger demographic, were the kids, because the collectors got wind of this, and the kids wanted to buy the toys, get the toys to play with. The collectors wanted to put them for resale value, for collectability purposes, all of that good stuff. And the poor kids, and that's just the way it went. Guys, please like and subscribe. It helps the channel. If you're just popping in, taking a look at this video, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you as a subscriber. To our new subscribers and old subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate all the love and support that we're getting from you guys. We really do. We're having a ball. We're having fun with this. I'm a little tired. But other than that, I love what I do. Let's turn this guy around. Well, actually, let's go up top real quick. As you can see here, he's got that picture of him, and there's that electronic battle weapon. And this box is beautifully done. And this box is beautifully done, and it's extremely, extremely thin. This is one of the thinnest boxes I've ever seen. It's very thin. Very, and very light, too. Here's the side of the box here. There's our Duke. Here's the weapon. We're going to try to fire that weapon. And here's the back of the box. Here's Duke's file card. Let's get you a blown out shot of the box. Just super cool. And here's the old story on the old 1964 G.I. Joe, which started it all. And then they go, that's a then, and then here's a now. And then let's see if we can get you a oh, here's the this is the equipment list. There's 1991. And he said, push here. We're going to try to, I wonder if it still works. I don't know if you can hear that. Still works. 1991. And it still works. That's awesome. That is awesome. Just a beautiful figure. Gorgeous. Guys, what do you think about the first Duke from 1991, Hall of Fame Duke, that started it all? Do you have this guy? Are you still looking for this guy? Well, I can give you a couple places to look. The first place I always tell you guys to start is Cotswold Collectibles. You can't lose with Cotswold Collectibles. They carry a huge inventory of G.I. Joes. And at last checked, I don't know if they have this guy. I think they have the second version of Duke. But you can, nevertheless, you still can check. But I don't know if they have this first version of Duke. He's extremely desirable, very much sought after. But in saying all that, his collectability, it's not way up there, truth be told. And you think it would be. But the Hall of Fame line it didn't get a ton of fanfare. They're beautiful figures, but once again, you know, you see the oversized hands. They want these guys. They're extremely durable figures. Hasbro built these guys and manufactured these GI Joes to be played with. This GI Joe was never meant or intended to be in his box for nearly 30 years. But he's a museum piece for us and a collectible, and a very desirable one. I really love my Duke. He's here in our main collection room. I look at him, check this box out quite frequently. We baby all of our collectibles here, all of our GI Joes and Migos, but because we're a museum, that's our mentality. But he is one of my favorite GI Joes, and not so much because he's one of the first, but you know, just because I think he's really cool. And I really remember when this guy came out, and it was just a big fuss over this guy. So we heard the weapon, and he doesn't come with a ton of accessories. He really doesn't. There's his stand. He's got a stand that you can put him on, and right behind that, you see he's got a manual. So beautiful and very colorful. The box is very colorful. But yeah, you can still get this guy on a secondary market and Amazon, eBay, and I think you can get him for a decent price, you know. This guy was retailed at about $26, $27 when he first hit toy stores back in 1991. And I'm willing to bet you that you probably could still get him from right around that price now, probably in this condition. So he's out there. And just because you know something's old doesn't necessarily make it extremely expensive. You know, you say, well, this guy's from 1991. You would think he'd be worth more. And that's just, once again, it's the collector mentality. It's how the collector market is driven. It's just how it works. Now, if there was only 30 of these guys manufactured, then he'd be priceless. But that's just, you know, that just wasn't the case. Guys, we'll be here all day. Just hanging out at my museum. I'm off work for the next couple of days. I'm going to grab a bite to eat. Grab some coffee. Kick back a little bit. I'll come back to my museum. We'll do some more reviews for you guys because we love you guys so much. And have some more fun. So with that being said, guys, you do the same thing. Grab your favorite beverage, hop on the couch, enjoy the show, tune in to the M.I.B. Master Museum channel. God bless. He's got the lifelike hair too. And keep collecting.